Hello everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. My name's JR. Today I'm out here installing this 8 kilowatt diesel heater into my garage. A bunch of people showed some interest in this. This is what I use right now, is this Mr. Heater. I think it's a 17,000 BTU heater. Runs on propane. It kind of uses a lot of propane. It's just radiant heat, it's not forced air. Like you see, I'm packed in just super tight in here. So I don't have room for a torpedo. I don't have room for a truck. I gotta throw shit out of here. Like, I need less shit in here, not more. So the math on 8 kilowatts works out to be about 27,000 BTUs ish. This thing's totally self-contained. It takes air in here, it heats it inside, it exhausts it through this side here. Weirdly, the fuel line is right here by the exhaust. That's not super cool, but whatever. It comes with a plate. You can wall mount it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set it on a shelf. It takes in air on the left side here, blows out, takes it over like a radiator or something inside of it, I guess, and blows it out on the other side. It's all a single self-contained harness. The only things that you need to add to this are a 12-volt battery. I'm using a 5-gallon diesel tank instead of the little plastic jerry can deal that comes with it. And I have this man door in the back of the garage that I don't use. The air compressor sits in front of it. So I drilled, hole sawed. Those are like 1 7/8 holes. They're way too big, but that's the hole saw that I have. And I'm going to throw a shelf up there, set the thing on there. Probably throw the fuel can over here and have it out of the way for the most part. And maybe I can run that out here and keep it warm so I can clean up out here a little bit. I need to get to the bottom of some of this stuff, so I'll bring you guys back when I install that and have everything ready to go. All right, now you can see my little safety corner. I have a 5-gallon diesel can there. I drilled a little hole in the top of it so that I can drop my fuel line in there, and then I can just carry it out and refill it, and they'll never notice that there's a hole in it. I've got my holes through the door. I'll probably plug that one up. I used regular header, like cheap fiberglass heat wrap. We'll see how that works out. That's the battery for my 4Runner. Eventually I'll probably get like a motorcycle battery and put a solar like maintainer on the outside of the door. The door faces east, so every morning the sun would hit it. And probably keep it topped off. But for right now, I have my battery charger down here hooked up to it. The wires coming out of it, it all has one main bundle pretty much. So once you peel the controller out, you have your ground and hot to the battery. The hot's fused, and then there's this for the this pigtail comes out for the actual fuel pump. My wife has a fuel pump right now. She went to the store, and she's gonna try to pick me up some line. So you can see right there, it's flashing that the thing's unplugged. I don't know if it's trying to run or not. We'll get into that when the pump comes back, when she comes back with the pump and the line. But yeah, it sucks in air there, exhaust it there. I'm gonna have to take that up. It's not the right size. And then over here, I'll probably extend that duct and bring it out to like right here on this table. But we'll see. I'll come back when Brittany comes back with the pump though, and we'll see it running. Hopefully it don't burn the garage down. For now, I'm gonna shove a bunch of shit in front of that so I can never get to it again. All right, we have some success here. This thing is running full boogie at the moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower it a bit so you can hear. So it took quite a while for it to pull fuel up from the tank. I mean, I had to restart it like 17 times, and I looked it up on YouTube, of course. There's a bunch of different videos showing how to prime it, but mine just doesn't seem to work that way. The shape of my controller is different than most of the ones that I've seen. Like, most of them I see are square, and this one's kind of hexagonal. So anyway, to recap, 5-gallon jug of diesel, fuel pump. I did have it zip tied up there, and I'll probably put it back up there now that it's primed and running. 4Runner normal car battery, my Stanley ordinary ass battery charger, couple 1 7/8 holes. This is cool enough to touch, so with the header wrap on it, don't touch the exhaust pipe, but with the header wrap on it, it's not hot. I'm not worried about that. The fuel in line is back there, if you guys can see it. And it starts there, from there puts it out there. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and it's pretty late now because I goofed around with this for a couple hours. So yeah, I'm gonna shove this in. I'll probably bring you guys back tomorrow and show you the outside, how it runs, and it kicks heat out. Like, I have this piece of shitty duct. I'll probably extend it out like I said earlier, but for right now I just taped it on there with vinyl tape. I'm gonna have to get some foil tape because that vinyl is already melting. So the air coming out of there is probably 150 degrees or so. I don't think that it would heat this area as quickly as like a torpedo heater. I bet it would take a good hour to heat this up, but I'll bring you guys back tomorrow when it's like toasty in here and it's nice and warm, and show you what it looks like then. I'm gonna shove this air compressor back and try to go have a dinner. So I'll bring you guys back in a minute though, for you in magical YouTube land time. Alright, we're gonna see how the diesel heater runs. For those of you who ask why I don't do more projects, like, this is my whole backyard. That's why. So it's probably been running for 2 hours, 2.5 hours now. It's I see why it came with a muffler. It whistles pretty loud from outside, but I can't hear it inside, so I don't care. I'm not gonna put that muffler on. I'm gonna walk around to the front though and kick the door open. We'll see how warm it is. I don't think it doesn't do anything fast, I can tell you that. Like, it takes a good 10 minutes to start running. Takes a good 10 minutes to stop running, because it's one of those deals where it won't blow cold air. So it gets started, the pump starts pumping, it starts circulating outside air, but it won't start the fan until it's actually warm. Hello, random cat. I thought that was my cat. It's not. It's probably my cat's father. My baby cat's father. My cat's out here somewhere. I'm gonna stop here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear it whistling. So you can hear it from outside. Let me set this up on the tripod. One of my silly fears is that I'll be in here one day and somebody will come along and kick my door shut and lock me in here, and I'd never be able to get out. Alright, let me get the lights on. I can tell you right now, it's not warm in here. That air is super warm. I don't know if you can see that. It says it's 9C. My it's 28 degrees according to my phone. That's pretty up to date usually. Weather bug. Now the air coming out of here is like warm. 48.2 degrees Fahrenheit is what it's sensing right there near the exhaust. Yeah, the air coming out of here is nice and toasty, but the air overall, it's just not that warm in here. I I can't see my breath, but let me see if it's running full tilt. Yep, that's all she's got. So that's 2.5 hours of running full tilt. It's 2:04 in the afternoon. That's correct. It did not get it hot in here or warm at all. So I'm kind of calling into question if that thing's really 8K, because that 8 kilowatts would be 27,000 BTUs, and that heater is 17,000 BTUs, and it heats this space up eventually. So I'm gonna crank that thing on and let it run full tilt for an hour, and we'll see where we're at while I clean up in here a little bit. So I'll bring you guys back for that before we wrap this video up. We'll see what I can get the temperature up to. All right, it's been about another hour probably. My battery aired out. It was sitting on the charger. The charger said float, but when it cut way down, and the battery icon was flashing on the indicator. So you can see that it's gotten up to 11C. I ran the propane heater over there at full tilt for probably 15-20 minutes. It didn't change that reading at all. And then this cut way down. I cut the propane down to low. Like, it's comfortable in here. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, a hoodie, like normal pants. I'm comfy. It's probably 50 degrees, but yeah, it's definitely not toasty in here. It's not cooking me out. Like, it's fine for working, especially since I have another heat source. But I'm gonna call this, I don't know, it's probably 15 by 15 foot space. It's not insulated because it's a billion years old, but it is double walled. There's the cedar and then the studs and then the outer wall. So these planks are pretty substantial. They're not thin. This building retains heat well enough. Let me put it like that. I don't know why it just cut down the way it did though. I'll probably have to add a power supply or something like that, like a PC power supply to power it, running it off the battery. It's kind of sketchy anyway, obviously, but it's what I have. I don't think that it used a lot of fuel. I only put 4 gallons in that can, so we'll see how long that lasts. But I don't know. I don't necessarily regret. Yeah, it just shut all the way off on me. I don't really regret having bought it, but it's definitely not going to like cook me out in the winter or anything like that. So if you're thinking about getting one, it works great in our truck camper. Out here, I don't know. It's nice that it's out of the way and it'll run on diesel, and I'm going to put drain oil in it and whatever. So I'm glad for all of that, but it's definitely no salamander, no torpedo heater. So hopefully this helps you out on your decision. If I had to do it again, I don't know, I could have got a torpedo heater for the same $130 or so that I have into that setup. So I probably would have just got the torpedo heater and dealt with the intrusion into my space. And I could have got rid of this cabinet heater that I have behind me. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you out on your decision. We'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer.